What up, doe? Wherever you from, checking us out. It's Lavish and COCO. We doing this every Tuesday at 12 noon. We promise to bring you the best podcast situation ever. So today, dun 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 dun.
Yeah, today.
In the building.
Yes.
So listen, we got the man, the myth, and the legend. My man Deezy. Give it up.
Yes.
Where your sound effects? Supposed to have you. There we are.
You've been working with this guy. You've been working.
Listen. I got to spread the love. So listen, y'all. Deezy, he just rapped on a movie called Red Flags.
We just rapped
on a movie called Red Flags, the movie, right?
Right.
And you gotta go check the movie out on Tubi. Lavish, I know you did because I sent you the link 20 times.
I checked it out. I watched it.
So I'm gonna ask you about the movie.
Okay.
But first of all, I want to introduce y'all to Deezy. What's up, baby?
Man, I'm feeling good. How y'all doing today?
Oh man, we doing great.
You know, for some reason, my phone has been like going crazy for everybody like calling, want to do interviews and stuff, and I'm like,
Oh, you winning?
But my thing is, I was doing a lot of interviews before the thing, and it was like, you know. But anyways, long story short, once I received the call from you guys and the Queen here, I was like, everything I'm doing got to stop because I got to go sit down with these two. I got to go sit down.
First of all, let me say this. It's a shortage in your cord, and I'm just gonna sit here and hold the cord in my hand.
We can hear you loud and clear, Coco.
Yeah.
Okay, so listen, but I can't. Okay, I'm in mono, and I'm supposed
Don't
to.
be friend. His name Lavish. Everything he do is lavish.
It's lavish.
Everything he do is, and you know what? He really believe he really extravagant though. I ain't no hater, but he be like, Lavish T Williams. So
Yeah,
today
put that on
the
there.
T means what?
Tremendous.
Oh, okay. Lavish
word for
Tremendous Williams.
Yeah.
So I reached out to you because when, I'm gonna let you tell about all the stuff behind the scenes. But when I actually saw it, I'm like, it happened. And I'm like, Lavish, listen, I'm gonna reach out to Deezy because I know everybody at him. They like, So I said, I'm gonna reach out to him. And when you responded, and I knew you was gonna respond, but my confidence was you was gonna respond, but I didn't think you was gonna respond as fast as you did. So I'm like, I gotta get him now.
Listen, you is only COCO. What are you talking about?
I know, but
Who you call? Matter of fact, let's talk about who you call and they don't respond right away. We need to know that.
Ooh, see, I love this.
So we can put their ass on blast. Who y'all in my live? Who COCO done call and y'all ain't respond right away?
You know they ain't gonna tell you.
We'll pull up on your ass now.
They not listen. We got Puritan to my left and Joy Road to my right. Ain't nobody gonna say that they have got a call from me and then respond. But y'all know who you are. And I reached out to you for whatever reason, right? And you was like, hey, listen, y'all spit me. But now I got backup. Don't act like we all the time. Cause I didn't I got my brother over there, he from Flint. I'm covered.
Yes, sir. That's my dog too. That's my dog too.
So now y'all like, hey, Deezy, what's up? So Deezy, let's jump straight in to the movie, Red Flags. Let's talk about how you came up with the name and all of that stuff. Y'all gotta go check the movie out. Listen, first of all, like us, share us, and subscribe to us. Lavish, if you jump on one more
at
time.
Lavish T Williams. At Lavish T
Tremendous.
Williams.
And the T is for too damn much. The T is for too much. Too much went on in this movie, sir. Can we talk about the red flag?
Yes. Come on, I'm waiting for the questions.
Okay, so
as soon as I walked in the door, he
no.
talking about he got to talk to me.
So
Yeah,
my first question is, okay, because people know you as Deezy, Joy Road, Exit 9. People want to put you in the box. Off the freeway, make you just a rapper, just a producer, whatever. So you've taken that whole image and talent to a whole nother level. And this wasn't your first movie. How many movies have you done?
That I've been in.
Yes.
The ones that's out is I think 6 or 7 movies now. Maybe seven movies out, and I got.
Why you looking like that?
I got
No,
two
I'm
more.
You gotta catch up.
No, I didn't watch the movies. I follow.
Okay.
I follow.
I mean, far as that's out that people can go see, I believe I'm in 7 movies that's out that people can go see, including Red Flags.
Okay, so
And then I got 2 more that I did that haven't came out yet.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
So, red flags. The word red flags for a woman, we ignore. Women, we ignore red flags. Ladies, I don't care what you say, what you do, what you think, or whatever. We ignore red flags. Early on, until he is on our top porch eating bird food, or he in our backyard cutting our grass with a push lawnmower, or he done stole our dog and chained himself to the tree, and he laying there like he a dog. Red Flags, the movie, what made you come up with that concept? Like, I got to talk about this.
Okay, well, first of all, if you remember, I don't know if you remember all the way, but I was the movie that I was supposed to shoot was called The Road to Joy, right?
Yep.
And what ended up happening was once we sat down and got into pre-production, and we looked at the script, my guy, you remember Peter, right? My guy Peter was like, "Yo, this script is too long," so he was like, you know, you only booked for 14 days of filming, and he was like, this is going to take us at least 21 or 22 days to shoot. So he was like, what's going to have to happen is you're going to have to cut the script down by 7 days. And I was like, wait a minute, The Road to Joy, this is like this is my baby.
Everything, right.
This is my neighborhood, this is everything. So I just couldn't see myself cutting my script down by 7 days. So what I did was I got frustrated, and I locked myself in the house. I cut the phone off, and I was just like,
wow.
You know what? I'm getting ready to write my own movie. And Dennis was kind of like, bro, he was like, you never wrote a movie before.
Dennis is always the voice of, he just pop up the voice of reason. Like, I ain't asked you nothing. What is you talking about?
Yeah.
We talking about Dennis Reed the second.
Yeah. So he was like, bro, your deadline is like 10 days. Like, how the hell are you going to write a movie in 10 days? So, I sat down, man, and I was just like, I'm going to write my own movie. And the first thing came to my mind, because at the time it was like so many people, everybody was talking about red flags. And to counter what you said, right, about men and women and all that, red flags could even be in business.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
It's
any
red
relationship.
flags. Any kind of relationship is red flags. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So I really just sat down, and then what I did was I knew all of the certain things, like what it took to get your script in an hour-and-a-half movie and all of that kind of stuff. So I just basically sat down and started scribbling some things, and then once I started writing the story, everything, my pen just kept going. So I ended up writing a movie in 7 days.
So you wrote Red Flags in 7 days.
In 7 days.
So here's my question, Lavish.
Okay.
You ever dated a woman and she gave you a red flag and you kept going? Oh, I'm on it today. I got 2 men. I'm ping ponging today.
You know what? Yeah.
What was the red flag?
Yeah, it was a couple of them.
A couple of red flags or a couple of women?
No, a couple of red flags. So with the red flags, it was a lot of inconsistencies. And my homeboy kept telling me, it ain't right, dog. It ain't lining up. But I was so blind. I'm like, no. I'm looking at her, the individual. I'm looking at what she telling me. I'm looking at her body. I'm looking at all this. So it's like I hear it, but no, man, because she said this. So you become dumb.
Okay.
And you sitting there, and everything that he's saying, you checking it out, but you like, no, because she had a backup plan for whatever I came with. And it went over my head until it was too late.
You do know. Let me say this. And ladies, listen. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. But let me just say this. We have a script. I know men probably have a script, but we have a script. We have a counter for everything possible that you could say to us.
Okay.
And I'm giving up the code.
You giving up the code, huh?
I threw my playbook away a long time ago. But we have a script. Like, for instance, if you say, hey, I want to take you out to dinner this week. And we already got plans with somebody else. We got a whole scenario for that to throw y'all off.
Okay.
So we know what to say. We just have to figure out when to say it.
Okay.
Do we say it in the beginning, the middle, or the end? So we I'm sorry, I told y'all I wasn't supposed to tell that, but we know the script. We got a whole ass script. We just like you wrote the script, we got a whole script. We got a whole script. So let's get back to this part.
Okay.
Because this was the part that was wonderful for me. When you reached out to me and said, hey, I'm putting this project together and I got a role for you.
So he reached out to you.
He reached out
He
to
reached
me.
out to you.
Yeah.
Okay. He reached out to you.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah. So this, hey, I said this is what I wanted. This is what I wanted to talk about when he came in the door.
Okay.
Because he reached out to you. So go ahead. He reached out to COCO.
He reached out. He couldn't reach out to you to play his mama.
Yeah, but he didn't reach out to me. But you
You and your feelings.
yes, absolutely.
Okay, well you ain't never reached out to him to drive a tow truck. I'm understanding
Now
this.
see, he done just blew it because I done wrote my other script that I'm getting ready to start casting for. And I had Lavish in there.
Man, I need to be up in there. Man.
See how we do?
So I got the call and I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. Cause so I've been knowing him since he was a baby, right? He used to be at the radio station. I used to be like, oh, okay. Cause I don't think people know or knew how old I was doing hip hop radio.
Okay.
I be like, I need to go take me a nap. Shit. I mean, listen, you got people 20, 21, 22 coming in, and I'm 40, and I'm like, I've got to go to bed. But I would like to be around them because of the energy they had. So he was always, oh, that's a nice young man, KD's. Everybody be looking like, you talking about him? I be like, oh, they was all babies and sweet because that's who they were to me. Now, who they were to everybody else, it's something different. But I always got treated like an auntie, a mama. A couple of them be like, hey, you ought to let me run up in that. I be like, what? I be like, what them numbers looking like? So I was still in my whole deliverance phase. I hadn't fully been delivered.
You haven't changed completely.
I hadn't been delivered.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm good now. So what made you say, I want Coco to be my mama in this movie?
Man, you know what? To be honest with you, I'm going to be serious with y'all. Like, I got to be, like, all the way 100 with y'all.
Come
like,
on.
man, I ain't going to lie. I literally let God take the lead on everything I did with this movie.
Wow.
Like,
Okay.
I love it.
I
love it.
literally let God take. You know how they say God take the
yes,
wheel?
let go,
Yeah,
let God, yes.
I literally let God lead the way on everything. I mean, everything that happened. Like, sometimes I get chills up my spine when I think how everything just really came together and happened. Like, even I lost cast members and ended up having to replace people at the last second and everything. And it was like, even the people I feel, not saying like people are better than them, but some of those people that I replaced, those people that replaced them came in and took it and really just, so it was just like so many things that happened. I was just like, I let God, so what happened was I woke up one morning and somebody posted you on Instagram. As soon as I seen you on that post, I was like, I gotta call Coco. So then I was like, dang, I'm like, Coco gonna be looking at me like, nigga, I know you be traveling and all of that. I'm like, Coco gonna, and then you know how I am about rehearsing.
I know.
Rehearsing and stuff. So I was like, she definitely ain't gonna be able to rehearse. And if she can't rehearse, I don't know if I want to use her. So when I called you too, I kind of expected you to be like, Deezy, I ain't gonna be able to be in rehearsal, but I'll do it. And I was like, but when I called you, man, your response, as soon as I hung up with you, I called my mama.
Wow.
I was like, Ma, guess what? She was like, what? I was like, guess who I got in the movie? And they gonna play my mama. And she was like, who? I was like, guess. She was like, Kim, say who it is. I said, it's your girl. She was like, who? I said, Coco. She was like, what? You know, you gotta, like I told you before, you gotta remember when I was younger, like I used to literally be in the car with my mama going to school in the morning. We would listen to.
I just told her that last
in
week.
the morning. You know what I mean? So when you know, it's just like me now. I drive my kids to school every morning. So you know, when you up and you listen, your kids listening to that. You know, so you never thinking. And if even though our relationship is family, been family for over a decade now, but you know. I still remember those things, and I honor those things. So I always look at you like, you know what I mean, like a legend. You know what I'm saying? So
wow, don't make me cry.
So just to have you playing my mom in the movie, I was just like, yeah, I was walking around with my collar up for 2 days.
No, so listen, so my thing is, and for me, I felt so much love and respect because you know you. Like Snoop said, and all the cats that's my age, the OGs say it. When y'all, the young heads, invite us in, it's like, oh, don't cry. Wait a minute. It's so much love and respect that goes with that because I feel safe with y'all. I feel okay. I feel like, for me, it's an honor to be called auntie. Like, oh yeah. One of my girlfriends told me, don't you feel funny when people come up to you in the street and call you auntie? No, bitch, I've earned this auntie.
Yeah, no doubt.
Listen, you don't know how many pistols I done hid and how many, let me take your drunk ass home. No officer, they okay. They with the radio station. So I've earned these stripes. Listen, I didn't
You know how I look at it is, look how many people around you that haven't made it this far.
Yeah, that make a big difference.
So it's definitely something that you always got to take in and say, you know what, if I have made it this far and God brought me this far.
Absolutely.
Right.
You know what I mean? What would be wrong with saying, even me now, I'm an OG now. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so wait, we finna shift gears for a minute. How does it feel, because you said you take your kids to school, and I saw you the other day, you posted you was at your son's game.
Yeah.
How does that feel with the gear shifting? Because you went from this person, now you...
I wish you would say it too. You act like you scared to say it.
Yeah, go ahead and say it. Put it out
there. The gangster word.
Okay, you was a motherfucker then. Let's say that. Shit. Listen, okay.
You be like, you went from this person.
When you did, okay, so listen, we all got a pass, okay? But listen, they used to be like, oh, Deezy coming. Listen, you coming used to be like Mr. on the Color Purple. They be like, Deezy coming up to the station. Everybody get to getting their stuff. And, I'm like, what y'all running from? Oh, he a mess. But I knew what they said, but that was never the person that I dealt with.
Right.
No matter what was going on, what had happened over there and over there, it was always love. Now I knew you was a motherfucker. Listen, but I was used to dealing with motherfuckers because I'm from Highland Park.
Now look, and listen to this. Even myself now that I am where I'm at now, right? It makes me identify with the young cats even a little bit more, right?
Okay.
Because what you got to understand is even me back then, you know, as young cats growing up in the streets, we were raised off of survival.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times when you see these young cats and they act in a certain way, it's because they're trying to protect themselves.
Yeah.
So, you know, they walk around with this thing on them every day because they feel like, I got to make sure y'all know I ain't the one to play with.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Absolutely.
And as you grow and as you mature and as you go through certain things, you start to understand what life is really about.
Yeah, what it's really about.
Yeah.
So
You know what I mean?
where did your transition come from?
To be honest with y'all, the first, it's three things that where my but where it started from was I think having both of my sons. I had two boys back to back.
Okay.
And when I had both of my boys back to back, it was like, you know, for me, and I think, because even I even noticed some of the young cats now who having little boys and stuff now, and I'm starting to see it in them, you know. But it's something about, I think when you a man and you have that son, you start to really look at it different, and you be like, yo, because if a man don't want his son to be better than him, something wrong with him.
Correct.
Ooh, wait a minute. Wait.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I feel that.
You gonna say that
it's
again?
people
You gonna say that again?
that disagree.
Though.
They won't openly say it,
Yeah.
but it's people that don't want their kids to be better than them.
Nah, you got a problem. Something wrong with you up here.
And me as a parent, it's like, I want you to be way better.
Way better.
I want you to be
than me.
way. And it's like, for me as a parent, it's parts of my life that I don't even want to share with my kids.
Yeah, same with me. Yeah, same with me.
I don't even want to share with them.
Same with me.
And it's not because I'm ashamed of it, but I know when I was growing up, it was like I was living up to the big homie plus. So if he did this, I was gonna do it and top it because that was the way that we felt to be rewarded.
Yeah.
You know, so with my kids, it's like, no, I want you to be way better. But then I also see where you got other parents out there, for whatever reason, it's like they become in a competition with their kid.
Yeah, that's retarded.
Yeah,
that's why I say those are people that's something really going on with them. You know what I mean? But the first thing was having my boys back to back.
Okay.
The second thing was in 2012 I had a real bad car accident, and in this car accident that I had, you know, my doctors basically, they kind of like wrote me off in a way. You know what I mean? They was just basically like, yo, you ain't gonna be able to do this no more. Ain't no more performing on those stages. Because when in my accident, I fractured my pelvic bone. I fractured both my ribs and my chest plate. Like I had to learn how to walk again. Wow. And all kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying? So the doctors never, even like now, one of the doctors that was there, like he knew who I was, so like I see him every now and then, and when I see him, he always be like, I never would have thought you would have did all of these things, you know what I mean? But that car accident was that thing, and then the third one was the car accident was the third one. The second one was when Juan got indicted and Juan went to federal prison. I remember sitting around every day looking out my window going, they coming to get me. I was like, they coming to get me.
Y'all listen to Deezy on the Lavish and COCO podcast. Make sure you like it, share it, and subscribe, and then tell your folks about it. Deezy is pulling all the layers back. So go back to looking out your window when they got wine.
Yeah, so that's like I said. I should have said the car accident was my third thing, but the second thing was when Juan got indicted. You know how it goes.
They
Juan got indicted, and I was looking, and I was like, oh yeah, I was like, I remember days of sitting there going, I know they coming. You know what I'm saying? Not saying like, oh, I thought Juan, I knew Juan would never speak of me or nothing like that. That without a doubt.
You still got that paranoia.
Yeah,
you still got that because you never know what they got on you.
Me and you together every day, and we do everything together, and then I get indicted. You gonna be like, oh, here they come.
Listen. I'll be like, hey y'all, wait a minute. Hey, can we pull all the copies of that movie and get it pulled off of Tubi? But they just got Aretha Franklin. They said the feds followed her for 30 years. 30 years. Why would they follow her?
She was so powerful.
That's the thing.
Powerful.
So you automatically know with you when you looking out the window like,
I honestly, to be honest with you, I believe that even was more so the situation like you know, we all from the streets and you know whatever. But even with Juan, I felt that was the thing. I felt that the situation with Juan was way deeper than what they were trying to do. Like I know all the things that Juan had going on. You know, he was teaching. People don't know this, but Juan was like even Big Sean and GT and all of these rappers who big right now. Like I remember Juan would be having them in the studio and he would be sitting there and he would be teaching them how to be better men. Yeah. Even the studio, he left the studio. He built the studio and left the studio open for all of them to stay out the streets to go. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it was just so much going on with Juan, and he was just getting so powerful that I felt like it was way deeper than, you know what I mean?
And and sometimes I think people only think about what you may have done in terms of being a criminal, and that's what they vilify. Oh, you was doing this, but that same individual was still taking care of the community, buying school uniforms,
that don't get
supplies,
spoke about.
All of that,
it never gets spoke about.
Paying people rent, getting people cars fixed.
It's only spoke about within that neighborhood with the people. But once it hit the media, it's negative. Yeah. It's in the bad light.
Yeah. All of that.
Hey, the media got a way of making the story into what they want to make it into.
Of course.
You know, they can make a great story negative about you just as well as they could change some words and that story becomes so positive. You know, it depends on the way they describe that story out there.
Yeah.
So that had you looking out your window.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
I
of
feel
course,
you.
yeah.
Listen, I just sat and looked out the window and rocked like Miss Sophia, The Color Purple. Like, damn, is that great car parked in front of my house again today?
Even with me, you know, the thing, like I lost my dad when I was 9 years old, right? So even with me, even so, like I've been to jail so many times. Going to jail is not something that I'm in fear of. I'm not in fear of going to jail. I'm in fear of leaving my responsibilities behind
to somebody else.
I'm in fear of my sons going, I don't even know my dad and they 20 years old. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
that will make you change.
Those are the things that I was in fear of, because you gotta understand, when Juan went to jail, my sons were like,
they was babies.
Little boys. They older now and driving and all kind of stuff now. But
they driving?
Yeah, it was so funny. I cussed them out the other night. They thought I was hanging out and I wasn't. I was at home, and they come pulling up at the house at 12:30, 12:45 at night. I was sitting on. You remember when you was a kid and you came home and your parent was sitting on the couch
waiting on you.
Just sitting there. And the door wasn't locked. The door would be like, "Why the door ain't locked?" My mama, bring your punk ass on in here.
Yeah, that was me. That was the other night. Yeah, I was sitting on there. I had cut the lights off and everything.
So let me ask you this. Mm-hmm. Outside of being Deezy, the actor, the rapper, what type of father are you? Behind the cameras, behind the scenes, when you're at home with the family, what is it like for you to be dead?
Man, most of the time, fun, jokes. My family, we all foodies, so we love to discuss food and eating food together. Even last night, me and my son, we sat there at the table and just talked sports and ate food together last night. I have my moments, especially, with my boys, though, where I'm going to keep it real, Dad, too. Like, I talk to them about everything. I talk to them about my mistakes. I talk to them about what to look forward to as they're getting older. You know what I mean? Like, one of the main things I'm teaching right now, like my oldest son, he's a senior. So I'm explaining to him that life changes after you come out of high school. You know what I'm saying? And even with them, it's so funny because, Coco, like my kids grew up in my fame. You know what I'm saying? So that's a difficult situation. You know what I mean?
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It's a little bit of both.
Okay.
It's a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Because even like my youngest son, it's so funny. Like my youngest son, he goes to Melvindale High School. And I look at my son. We just had a conversation last week because I was looking at him, and I always noticed that my son, he dresses down like every day. Like he don't, like I be looking at him like, yo, why you don't put that on? Or why you don't wear? Yeah. But when we had the conversation, my son basically told me what I had thought, which was, he was like, he don't want to outshine his friends. He don't want to walk around school like he's the Deezy son, he's spoiled, and you know what I mean?
Yes.
Okay. So my son, he likes to fit in. Okay. He likes to even myself when I go to games and I do I play it like a normal person. I ain't never showed up at my son games like, you know what I'm saying, with the jewelry on and hanging out, you know what I mean? Even me.
What's your song? What's your song?
No, listen, my son is a star player for Melvindale High School football team, right? Every time they win the game, they go in the locker room and they celebrate off of In My Hood. No, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it'd be crazy. But yeah, for the most part, man, I really love like who I'm watching my kids grow up and they're growing into who they, you know what I mean, who they are and want to be. Okay. I never force them. I never try to be like, yo, y'all go to the studio and I'm going to show y'all how to.
That's funny.
I literally let them be them, and whatever they want to do, whatever they do, I support what they want to do. You know what I mean?
You know what, when you say that, it's sort of hard as having children and this is who they are. Mm-hmm, like for me, that's who my daughter was. No, that's Coco daughter. Da. And now
and that's hard.
Oh, it is.
You might not know that, but for your child, that's hard to be under your. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because it's just a lot that come with it.
And I learn every day. So I got a grandson. My grandson, 21, and whenever we're together, by him being that's Coco grandson, it's like a second generation of watching them try to be who they are and not be Coco's daughter or Coco's grandson.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's hard because people keep pushing the envelope and they try to fall back, and it's like, and going to the grocery store. Going to the grocery store you think should be simple. You get out, go to the grocery store.
Yeah.
But for me,
Everybody see you.
Ma, stay in the car. I'm like, what? My daughter be like, Ma, just stay in the car, or I'm gonna start shopping and you come in. So it's a challenge. And even my grandson be like, Grandma, go on in there. So for him being a young man and me being his grandmother, he's dealing with being my grandson and being a young man and protecting my grandmother, because I know she move a little different. She move a little slower. So now my head is on a swivel because I'm watching her to protect her, and people know this is Coco. So now I got to be extra mindful, and I try to take some of that pressure off, but sometimes the world won't let you.
Yeah, no doubt. Listen, I literally before, not like recently, but I literally before at one point in time, I moved 5 times in a period of 3 years.
Wow.
Like
Now,
literally.
was that out of paranoia?
Out of paranoia and what was happening.
Yeah, people
you know?
be familiar. People be real familiar.
One place I used to live at, I used to wake up and walk outside and CDs would be at my door.
Oh my goodness!
No stuff.
On the door and on my windshield wiper on the front of the car, it would be roses on the car. It would be CDs and stuff on the car. So now you looking around like, what time did this happen? What was going on?
Yeah.
Who know I live here?
Yeah.
So it kind of makes you paranoid.
Yeah.
And then, hold on. So listen, relate to this. When you hanging out with somebody and you go somewhere and they pull up and you tell them, hit the block. They be like, we already in front. No, hit the block. Because your spidey senses are different.
Yeah. You move a lot different.
You move. And,
See, and that was what I was getting ready to say to you saying that is, that's the thing that was good about myself, right? Because before any Deezy, any fame, any of that, right? I was a dude who had a master's degree in street. You know what I mean? So a lot of things with me, I moved first off of what I learned in the streets.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So it made moving around as a rapper way easier for me because I was already.
You was already there.
Yeah, I was already
It was
there.
routine.
So
It was
even
routine.
like now, when you see us now, right?
Yeah.
I notice a lot of the young dudes, they pay attention. They be like, man, y'all move like you and your team. Y'all, we know me and my team now. We talk to each other from across the room without saying a word, and you know what I mean. But you don't. That's why I say like when you see like all these young rappers now that's getting killed and stuff like that, right? What I recognize is a lot of them. Gotta understand they never had nothing. They never had they not half of them not even really from the streets.
They just popped up out the blue and don't know how to deal with the fame and the things that come along with it.
So when they do get all this money and this jewelry and all this stuff, they don't. How do you expect them to know how to act? How do you expect them to know how to move?
And it's who, and it's like you said, who taught them to move stealth like when you in a room with 200 people? Because with my people, I could catch their eye and give them the nine.
Yeah, and they gonna
that
know.
Mean bring
He
your
gonna
ass on.
He's sitting over there now, like
Listen, and then when we pull up somewhere, he backing in.
Yeah.
And people like, why you backing
No,
in?
so I can have a straight shot out.
Yeah.
I ain't gotta worry about nothing.
Yeah, no doubt.
If it get different, we gotta
no
be
doubt.
out.
Yeah, you gotta be able to. You gotta know. Listen, man. To be honest with y'all, like I want to bring back artist development. You know what I mean? I want to bring back artist development, and somehow I'm gonna figure out how to do it. I'm gonna figure out how to do it.
I'm with it.
Because I do like when you seeing rapid numbers of these kids are finally making it, finally getting out the hood, finally getting rich, finally taking care of their family, taking care of their friends, and to see them die like it's that easy.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, we gotta do something. You know what I mean? Because it's not supposed to be that easy.
No, it's
like I
not.
can tell you right now, and Lord, forgive me if I shouldn't say this, whatever, but the way me and my team move, if you do something to me, you coming with me. Yeah. So you know what I mean? My whole thing
when
is
you
like,
said it, I listen.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You coming with me.
Yeah.
So when you come with your nonsense or whatever, be you gotta have suicide bomber mentality.
Yeah.
And it's not to. It's
I
not
understand.
to.
No, I
It's
totally
not to
understand.
brag.
No,
It's
I
not to
listen.
act like
Trust
none of
me.
that. I'm not acting. I came here today by myself.
Yeah.
But I could come by myself because I know how to move.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
And that's that. But that's the part of life that a lot of people don't learn. And it's entertainers. We learned it, but it's a lot of common sense stuff that should go with that.
But you learn that from the streets first.
You learn it from the streets, and you're supposed to learn it from the people you around. Like I'm auntie, and I don't mind being auntie, but I done been places and young cats pull out a knot. I be, hey baby, listen. They be like, what you need, auntie? I say, listen, dig boy, listen, let me talk to you, man. Don't pull your whole choker out. Don't do that.
They want to impress, but they don't know the attention that's coming along with it.
They be like, what? Oh, they know me. I said,
Look,
I said, you came in. They know me.
You see how she just grabbed your arm?
Yeah.
She didn't grab me like that at least 10 times. Anybody that really know me know I used to be wild. I used to have an anger problem, all of that. And you didn't grab my arm like that 10 times. Deezy, no, baby, you cannot. I felt like this was my son. This is my nephew, and I can't be around you if I don't feel like I can't protect you. Yeah.
So when I do this, I would do it to my son. I'd be like, listen, we gonna come back at the next break. We gonna play this song. Listen, y'all give it up for my man KDZ FM98.com. So you learn people, and I can't be around. I done did it with young ladies too. Like, Mom, listen. Nah, auntie, I be like, hey, listen, dig. I'm not gonna tell you not to bug. I'm not gonna tell you that. But you don't know his last name and his favorite color. Don't get in his car. Your girls brought you. Where he trying to take you? He said he taking me so and so and so and so. Don't do that. That ain't. Wait till tomorrow. If he wants you tonight, he gonna want you tomorrow.
Oh, they got a bad habit of doing that.
Listen, and I've been called a hater. Guys be like, oh, you hate. No, I'm not. Because I don't want this baby face to pop up on the news and I be like, damn, I just saw her at the strip club. Or I just saw her wherever and she got caught up.
But I'm going to keep it real, Coco. Now, don't be acting like you ain't had no one-night stand.
Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, since you brought it up, wait a minute. Oh, I'm about to tell you. Hold on. Since you brought it up, I'm about to tell you. When Auntie got her back blew out.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, I want y'all to
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Baby, don't do that. Like, you ain't got to do that.
I'm finna tell it. So listen, Lavish T, COCO. Our special guest is KDZ. Like it, follow us, or whatever. So listen.
All that good stuff. Go ahead. Let's hear about that back being blown out.
No.
I'm gonna tell it.
No, because your grandson is looking.
Listen,
and he's not a baby no more.
But listen, me and my grandson had this conversation, and he damn near jumped. When I had this conversation with my grandson, he damn near jumped out the truck. He's like, "What are you saying?" I'm like, "Your grandma was."
They all on my live right now talking about red flags. Red flags, Coco. Red flags.
Listen, I'm listening.
Listen. So met this cat. I was in Chicago.
All right.
Working at the club, doing this party or whatever, having a good time. And one of the owner's son came up to me. He came up to me, and he was so smooth and thick at the same time, right? He said, "So I know you stand."
Wait.
What?
So when you say a nigga is thick, what does that mean?
His game was so thick. His game was thick.
His game was thick.
His game was thick.
Right.
But
I thought you were saying the nigga was thick.
No, he was right. Like he came up to me and he was just talking like, "Hey, did you eat?" I said, "No, I came in on the train. Then I caught the cab over here. And so he was so smooth. But as a woman, I had already said he could get it in my mind.
Because you already, when you noticed it in the first 5 seconds.
5 seconds in, the woman that said he could get it.
Wait, so now you out of town with niggas.
I was in Chicago with it.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Listen.
Now you gonna tell that girl don't come with me. But
Listen.
you is in Chicago.
Being a Chicago hoe.
I was a Chicago. That's what it was. A Chicago. I was. Listen, it was. I ain't gonna give you all the details, but it was amazing.
It was amazing.
He was from Cleveland, and we still friends to this day.
You was only in town for one night.
I was in town for 2 nights. He blew my back out both nights.
Oh my God.
Friday night, the back was blown out. I didn't even know I had sciatica issues then, but I was walking like I was an S. My back was to the side. Saturday night, he realigned it and blew it out on the other side. But he picked me up Saturday early, went to lunch. Baby, listen, I was walking like M-I, crooked letter, I, crooked letter. Listen, he was amazing.
Amazing.
All right, now look.
Okay,
let's get
all
back
right.
to the interview.
Let's get back.
Deezy in the building.
Deezy in the building. We gonna get back to the red flags. So let me tell y'all what Deezy did to me in this movie.
All right.
Deezy told me, "I want you to play my mama, but you can't look like COCO."
Yep.
He said, "You got a wig?" I said, he was talking to me strong too, Lavish, right? "You got a wig?" I said, well, I didn't want to say that I got whole wigs, but I said, I got a couple. So I came to rehearsal in one of my wigs. Got the wig styled and everything. I don't think Deezy knew how hot that wig was for me because I wear my hair like this all the time. Every time we would do a scene, he said, cut. I slid that wig back and was like, listen. The makeup artist was like, Auntie, I said, girl, listen, I'm about to fall out. She's like, you want some water? I said, no, then I'm gonna have to pee. And I gotta unhook all this stuff I got on. Deezy walked back in the room. I get to pulling the wig back down like this, like a football helmet.
Listen, I'm gonna say this. Like, the part that tripped me out, man, was that I didn't expect her. She came to every rehearsal. She was on time.
Oh, I know it. I know it. I know it.
Listen, man. I didn't like. To be honest with you, I would have lost money if I would have bet because I thought that COCO was gonna be the one I was gonna have the most problems. Even like how she telling the story right now. Listen, even with me, right. This is the thing that nobody knew about me, right. Now I could be the coolest cat, whatever, right. But when it's time to get to work and I'm serious about something, I get serious.
You get serious.
Yeah, so
was he serious, COCO, on that set?
And here the other part, I respected it. It wasn't like,
but you're a professional.
And I know, see, and this the part that he don't know, so I can say it now. I know it was hard for him because of his respect and love for me to give me direction and not be offensive.
You and Shani.
Yes, me and Shani. But I think after like the 3rd rehearsal, he realized like, fuck this. Listen,
did you yell at her?
No, I ain't. No,
he didn't yell. But
they just used to seeing me fucking around with
not,
them.
Not in a serious mode. Not in a serious mode. Okay.
So when he was in serious mode, I respected that because this is his project. This is what he doing. I'm working with him, and I know to get in and do what I got to do, but I know it was hard for him. And this is the first time we ever had this conversation.
Yeah.
I know it was hard for him because of how you see me. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I knew, I'm looking at him like, and he, he got a little hot one time, and he was like, listen, I don't want to be this way. I said, no, do you? And he wasn't even talking to me. I said, no, do your thing. And I think after that, he was like, okay, all right.
Was that director hot or Joy Roll hot?
No. Joy Roll hot, we wouldn't have finished the movie.
Everybody would have got
Joy Roll hot. It wouldn't even be no movie out right now if he got Joy Roll hot. It was just, the thing for me was, and listen, this to any cast members that see this interview, anybody that's on my live, anything, like all I want to say is, did not tell y'all.
Yes.
Did not tell y'all. Yeah. I told y'all.
He did.
I told everybody from day one, I said, listen, I said, if y'all willing to put y'all all in it, if y'all willing to listen to me, if y'all willing to get serious, I said, the thing that I want for everybody, I said, I want everybody to watch this movie and to say, yo, cast killed it. Yo, cast was so dope. They all, like, I looked at the movie, like, because of course, I seen it. I deal with every process of it.
Right.
Editing.
You cheated and saw without us.
So I'm watching it, and I was always, from the first time I seen it, I was like, let me see who the wink link is. You know what I mean? Like, let me see who the person who gonna flop, right? I could never find it. I was like, wow. So, like, my thing about it, the main important thing with me was making sure, like, I wanted all of them to do them, but I wanted them to first have the understanding of what I wanted from them.
Okay.
And you know, a lot of times when people they can't see your vision.
No, they can't see your vision.
So it's like when you're trying to tell them certain things, especially people who have done it before or people who are celebrities already, they look at you sometimes like, nigga, I got this.
I get that all the time.
I'm like,
every Tuesday.
Me knowing
I
that
get all the time. Every Tuesday.
Wait a minute.
I get that all the time.
Wait, stop.
What?
Wait, this just went left.
Wait, hold on.
Every Tuesday, I get this. They know what they doing. But we here with Deezy. We talking about the movie Red Flags.
Hold on.
Yeah,
we on my shoulders. I just squared up. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Wait.
Okay.
No, but so listen. So people, you know, a lot of times they, you know, people have that kind of like, I got this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, well, no, you don't know the vision that's in my head. You know what I mean? So, but as we started getting closer and closer, I started seeing that people were getting more interested and really wanting to know, like, okay, Deezy, what is it you want from me? How do I need to be as a character or whatever? You know what I mean? And remember when I used to tell everybody, I said, when y'all really know y'all shit, I said, y'all gonna walk into them cause see, it's a difference in rehearsing and actually being on set and somebody saying action.
Yeah. Yeah.
I said, if y'all go in there with y'all and y'all got that confidence of knowing that y'all know y'all shit, it's nothing nobody gonna be able to say.
It felt different once you got comfortable. And then I think the thing, and this cast was so amazing because right before I did your project, I had did another movie. And no tea, no shade to that cast or whatever, but it was a different energy. It was a different accountability. It was a different. I got to know Deuce outside of him being Randy. We sat up and we kicked it and we talked about stuff. So I got to know him. I got to know Cartrell.
Randy from Red Flags.
Yeah.
You know what I told you? I could have played his role. I could have, because between him and Trail in the movie, you put them together, you got me.
Okay.
You got me.
Okay.
I don't want to give away the movie, and except for his problem. That wouldn't have been me.
Trail really didn't have a problem.
He had a problem.
You think so?
Yeah, when he went to go, to that place where she worked at.
Well, I mean,
he had a problem. I ain't never got caught up with one of them kind of problems.
Y'all gotta go check out the movie.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta go. Oh, we got a couple minutes.
But I could have played them two roles. I'm putting it out there. That's
for the next movie.
Yeah, for the next movie.
No, to be honest with you, my next movie, I finished writing it last week. So I literally, the funny part is, I swear, bro, all jokes aside, I said that I was gonna reach out to you. Like, I know who I want you to play in this movie. Yeah, I got it. And let me tell you when I thought about. I said I told myself I was gonna put Lavish in the movie when I got to the movie awards, and I seen you there at the movie awards. Because even you know what? Matter of fact, hold on, let me give you your flowers too right now.
Okay.
Come on.
Because one thing people gotta understand, like, I know Lavish from the tow truck business, and I also know Lavish from Lavish has been booked me several times for his events, his community events and everything, and never played with the money, always on top of his business, always kept it 100. I ain't got not one half a complaint about doing business with Lavish, period.
Ooh, you get misty-eyed. Oh, my God.
But listen, but I want to say this, too. To watch even him and what he's doing now, because even like when I first seen him doing this, I was looking and I was like, when Lavish start doing, you know what I mean, this shit. But just to watch his growth as well, you know what I mean, as a businessman, as a father, as just everything that he do, you know what I'm saying. Much respect to you, my brother.
Thank you.
When I came to the awards, because I got a picture of me and him on my page.
Oh, you?
Of us at the awards, and when I came to the awards and I just seen how I stood back and I watched him and I'm seeing how he moving around, how he working the room and doing this thing. And
COCO, I'm working it.
And I'm like,
you got to.
Yeah, because a lot of people, they go by these microphones and these cameras and stuff, and they be like, yeah, I'm about to do this. And then next thing you know, you go back over their crib and you see the cameras and all that shit sitting in the corner. And you be like,
no, they done did a porno.
You know what I'm saying? So my guy though, he really been moving, man.
Thanks, man. Thanks. I just when I started doing the when I started going out to the movie things, it was only Big Trav and Hollywood out there. and we kicked it, and it was a great vibe. And I was just paying attention to different podcasts and different videos, and I looked at what I was excited about. And I was like, man, nobody really is doing no exciting stuff. That's like me. I don't really like when I'm out. I don't like the stationary videoing.
Okay.
That's why I'm always moving.
Okay.
And when I edit the videos, it just I bring it to life. Okay. You know, because my vision is different.
So you're editing your own stuff too?
Self-taught. Google and YouTube. Google and YouTube. Oh, and it is being, you know, I'm like a year in, you know, doing it. So like the videos that I'm editing, I'm putting up there, I might not be able to do it as fast as, you know, other people, but it's my own hard work. Yeah, sure. This stuff, this podcast and this stuff is me. When I went out there and I started, you know, pulling up at these sets with the camera and the mic, I ain't know nobody in this field. I'm a tow truck driver. I'm a car guy, bike guy. And it was just like, I'm reliving. Well, let me not even say I'm reliving. I'm living the childhood dream that I had. I wanted to do radio.
Man, honestly, bro, you have even brought you have put more of a light even on the bike world. Like, see, me for instance, right? I come from that. You know what I mean? Like, I know all the motorcycle club people,
right?
But nobody has actually ever shined the light on them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So even from the event you was doing on Joy on Livernois and Joy Road. To now, I watch your interviews with the motorcycle people, and you going out to the motorcycle events and you interviewing them people and all that. I think that's just dope. That was a great idea because
thanks.
Even though, like, cause I love that world. Like, half of my family is in motorcycle clubs. You know what I mean? I grew up in a motorcycle. I used to be 13, 14 years old and the Outcast jitting.
Oh, we talked about the Outcast the other day.
Right? Yeah.
Wait a minute. Wait, hold on, God.
We got a little biker right here.
Shout out to Sonny, man. Sonny, man. Shout out to Sonny, man.
Yeah, he was a good guy.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Sonny, man.
He was a good guy.
To his family, man. Everybody, man. I'm gonna tell y'all too. While I got the opportunity, that was a great man, and that man really like I say, even me. I was 14 years old. He always he met me on the street, and he always just liked me, and he always took care of me, even letting me be in there when I wasn't supposed to be in there and all that. And nothing never happened to me. I never had no issues. Nobody ever touched me, and even that from Sonny is where I met Trick. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. That's where I first the Outcast where I first seen. I ain't gonna say met.
I met Trick.
I want to say Trick at the Outcast.
Yeah, I think I was 14 to 15 years old when I first met Trick. You know what I'm saying? And I met Trick from Sonny.
I'm finna do a commercial, y'all. So listen. For those of you who don't know what the Outcast is, shame on you. It's on Grand River in that area.
Was on Grand River in 14th.
Yeah. Yes. And it's a motorcycle establishment.
Yep.
And everybody, I won't say everybody, but 90% of the people in Detroit have either gone there.
It was the father of after hours.
Oh yes, sir.
Absolutely.
and the mother of after hours.
It was the father of real after hours, like, you know what I mean? Because a lot of other, like, even like, just to my memory, because I don't want nobody starting no debate up about what I said, but to my memory, you know, a lot of the motorcycle clubs back when I was younger, they were a little bit more private. So Outkast was kind of like the one that was like open to everybody, you know what I mean? But they even going there, guess what man, do y'all understand? Like, motorcycle clubs is what taught respect.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
It taught a whole bunch of stuff, especially if you was an outsider, man. It was so much game that I soaked up at an early age from the motorcycle world.
From the motorcycle world,
and the motorcycle world was the first hub where I started to make my money because someone took me there, and it was like, you can do everything you need over here, and you ain't got to worry about nothing.
Yeah,
because it's like the private underworld of everybody right here.
And stand on respect.
Oh,
period.
Absolutely.
We don't care how drunk you is, how high you is. You gonna pull yourself together, and you gonna have your attitude right, and you gonna be respectful.
Yes.
Or you gonna pay the price.
Or listen, or you got to go. I had a whole fiance that used to be like, so you hanging out with your girls tonight, where y'all going? I'd be like, you better not take your punk ass to the Outcast. Well, one of the guys that grew up across the street from me, Big Wayne, was my guy. Dwayne was my guy.
Security guard?
So, yes.
Okay.
Yes. He grew up directly across the street from me in Highland Park. So, if he was there, I was good. I used to walk up and be like, what you doing here? I'd be like, I'm just, he'd be like, come on in. Nobody bothered me. Nobody disrespected me.
Some people got the misconception of the motorcycle world. Me personally, I feel safer.
Yeah, I do too.
Going to the motorcycle club than a downtown club.
Man,
hands down.
Absolutely.
Any day. Any day.
When they search you, they damn near take you by your ankles and shake you. Bubble gum
you just
and
know
falling out your
nothing
pocket.
going to happen in
the
there.
motorcycle clubs, they stand on, if you in here, you on our watch.
Yeah.
Meaning, like, you're not about to leave here and be talking about nobody did this to you in our establishment or none of that kind of.
Yeah, you're going to be protected unless you do something stupid. I seen a guy at the Outcast on Grand River 14th. I'm like, this may be like my 4th or 5th time going up in there because one of them guys, his brother was my boy.
Okay.
And me and him together used to go to the bike club, and we didn't know at this particular time that his brother, we only knew his brother for being his brother. Oh. We ain't know that he was like on that tip.
Yeah.
And we didn't know most people couldn't sit on the stage. But we was on the stage.
Oh.
And we ain't know. So a guy say, hey man, what you doing over here? We tell him, well, dude told us to sit up here. Oh, okay. That same night, we went over to the bar. Because when you come in, it's like a stage over here. You go around, it's a bar. First time ever seeing a bar fight. And the bar fight wasn't like 100 people around watching. Everybody was in their own zone. But I seen a dude get picked up like in a movie and got thrown over the bar. Bro. Like literally thrown over the bar. And I'm looking, me and my boy, we looking like, dog, did you just see that? And the dude that was behind the bar, he just moved out the way and picked dude up and told him to get up out of here.
And that was the end.
And nobody, it wasn't like 30 people was around like, look at this, what's going on? They was all in their own little zone. Man, listen, that was tripped out.
Listen, true story real quick. Man, I never forget, like after I met Trick, right? And then maybe like 2 weeks or something later, I was back there and I remember me and a couple of my homies, we was standing outside in the line to get in there. Man, I never forget, man. Trick pulled up, and it was like, man, it was like Barack Obama pulled up.
How many, about 10 cars?
Man, listen, I'm talking about, listen, bro. They told everybody to be quiet, move out the way. They opened the gate. Trick pulled in.
Wait, they opened the gate?
Man, it was about 2 dudes standing on the roof with rifles.
Absolutely.
Everything. And I was looking and I looked at Trick and I was like, wow.
See, every time I went and I seen him, I didn't know him. I seen him. I knew who he was. And it was like, they had that click, click, boom, the Goon Squad.
Yeah,
that was there.
And their house was the Outcast.
They was there. That was there. The Goon Squad hangout spot was the Outcast, man. When I told him that, like later in life, when I told him that, he was like, man, you was there. I'm like, yeah, man, I was there the whole time.
I was 14, 15 years. I was 14, 15 years old seeing this. You know what I mean? Like seeing this going, wow. Like
it was something. So that was a part of time that I know we'll never get it back.
Nah.
And when we talk about it, younger people are like, what are you talking about? And I know they had their experiences, but the relationships and the respect and Trick and the Goon Squad experience and just how people dealt with people as a woman. You could go in there by yourself. You could pull up, go in there by yourself, and you felt safe and all that stuff. I remember the lady, I cannot remember her name. She had one leg, and she walked on the crutch. She had the nub part of her leg walked on the crutch, and she would walk.
I know who you talking about.
Walk through there with a cigarette hanging out her mouth and a drink in her hand, and be talking real rough. And my girlfriend was like, "You know her?" She's like, "Everybody know me. I cannot remember her name, but everybody knew her."
COCO, you ever, since we talking about stuff, you ever,
nope.
Been on that stage?
Huh?
You ever been on that stage?
I've been so many places in my life and time. I've acted out my life in stages.
I'm just wondering, you've been up on that Outcast
with 10,000 people watching. But we're alone now. I'm singing this song. See, before I was COCO, my government name is a white girl name. My government name is Ingrid. And I'm just gonna leave that right there on the floor.
Okay, because I'm lost.
I know.
I want you to.
But the people that know. Y'all remember I had long hair, was dark brown. Baby, listen. I wasn't on the stage, but I was close to it.
Close to it. Did you do some strange things in the motorcycle club?
Listen.
At least once.
Huh? What? What? Okay, listen. So listen, y'all. Make sure you like this and share.
Nah, listen. She couldn't have.
No, I didn't. I didn't.
She couldn't have.
But
because
I was
she worked
present.
for WJLB.
Not at this time. When I first started going to Outkast, I didn't. When I first started,
a bad girl.
I was there, hanging out, having a good time.
Coco, let me ask you this: What year did you start working for WJLB?
I officially started at JLB in September of 1996. But like 94 and 95, I would do events with them. They would call me to do Ladies Night Out and all that stuff. But my first paycheck was 1996.
So listen, so even me, I asked you that because I'm trying to go back to when
you was young.
Yeah, so I graduated in 1997, and I was definitely going to the Outkast from the time I was probably about the 9th or 10th grade. You know what I mean? I was definitely in like the 9th.
So that was like
grade.
94?
Yeah,
93, 94?
Like 93, 94.
Oh, I was up in the nire.
What you went to Henry Ford, right?
Huh?
You went to Henry Ford?
I went to Cody, Northwestern.
Wait a minute.
I went to Cody, Northwestern, Bishop Borges, Henry Ford Night School, Clinton Adult Education.
Oh, you went through a few of them, huh?
Oh yeah,
I went through a few of them, huh?
I told you I had anger issues. So, you know what I mean? I had anger issues.
Oh, okay, yeah, Mumford class of '98, Mumford Mustangs, you know.
Oh, straight up?
Yeah, Mumford.
Okay,
yeah, Mumford.
The pickle factory.
Mumford.
You knew my brother Mo.
Which
you know
Mo?
my brother Maurice King?
Was he a Puritan guy?
No.
Okay, no, I ain't know. 7 Mile was cool.
Yeah.
7 Mile was cool.
Yeah, I know a lot of them PAs.
Yeah.
PAs got hella love for KD.
No, they do. They do. They definitely do, man. You know.
That was the thing about me too. Like even before I started rapping, I had went to so many different schools, and my family
you moved around and networked, so you know a lot of people.
My family was in so many different neighborhoods that before I even started rapping, I was a well-known dude. So even once I started rapping, people was like, "Oh, you rapping?" You know what I mean? It was like I didn't have to go through the trying to really get people to, you know what I mean? It was like, long as the music was good, they already knew I was solid. You know what I'm saying?
So real quick, because you know, why you look at me?
No, I'm just sitting here.
We need y'all to like us, follow us, and share us.
Like all that.
Lavish and COCO, we doing our thing every Tuesday at 12 noon. We promise to bring you the best in podcasts. We're gonna bring you something different. You can't get what we giving you nowhere else. You ain't gonna get this. You may get something like it.
But you ain't gonna get this.
It may come in the city
Not
in the
Lavish
box,
and COCO.
but you're not gonna get this. So Deezy, I want to shift gears real quick. What do you think? Because when I see a lot, and I get artists that because of social media they DM you now and they send you their links and they YouTube and all that. What do you think is missing? Because you talked about artist management, right? Why is that so necessary now? Because I've been watching the Wu-Tang series of how Wu-Tang became Wu-Tang, going through all the steps. Why do you think artists now need that direction and management and all that stuff? Because they think they just need to have a talent and get on stage. Why do you think they need to know what they're doing?
For so many reasons. It's not even just one, but just to give you some of the top reasons that I think. Number one is mental issues. You know, once you're an artist and you get to you reach a certain point, or you gain some celebrity or fame, or you done touched a certain amount of money, right? If you're not an artist that's really gifted and you're not able to continue to keep producing, at some point that little shit that you had going on is gonna die down. And when it dies down, what happens is people don't know how to go back to being a civilian again.
Regular.
People don't know how to say, you know, you had a hit record, you had the #1 record in the country, and then 4 years later, somebody saying you need to go get a job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's some people that they reach that level and you get a high and you don't know how to come back down off of that high, even when you need to. So That's an issue. The second issue is, like I said, even now you watching these artists who they don't know how to move. You know what I mean? It's just like even now, like, okay, like even myself, you remember me, I had this stuff they doing now. We did this 20 years ago. I walked around with all that jewelry on. I had grill in my mouth and all of that, right?
All of that.
But I also knew that I couldn't walk around like that every day.
Yeah.
Because when you're in people, you don't know what this man is going through or what this person is going through. You know what I mean? You start to look like lunch meat.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So
do you think it was easier to get away
it's just
back
like,
then versus now?
What do you mean?
As far as the way you was moving in,
Mm-hmm.
do you think it's harder now? Like the people that's walking around here now getting robbed, being a target.
Well, to be honest with you, I feel like we come from a more of a robbing era than it is now.
But they had to see back then. They had to catch up to you. Now on social media,
and that was
we
gonna be
telling
the next thing.
everybody,
That was gonna be the next
hey,
thing, yeah.
so and so, this is what's going on, and we take a picture of ourselves, so they see everything we got on, and people be like, "Coco, I just saw you at such and such with the da 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 da."
It's just like me, like I said, even like myself, like okay, like for instance, when I see these art, like even me, for instance, I'm gonna take myself out the equation. I want to use Blade for example, right? It was nothing in the world like when I would go to an event with Blade, and Blade would come out and would have all that jewelry and stuff on, and he'd be fresh as hell and stacks hanging out his pocket, and it meant so much to me because I know how Blade was a hustler. So when you would catch Blade on a regular day, he chilling. You know what I mean? So you appreciated it. And another thing was you never knew. Now it's like, oh, he wear that shit every day. I know where he gonna be at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even me now, I see a lot of the artists and they have that shit on. I'll be like, I don't even appreciate it. I don't look at them and be like, yo, that shit look good because you like
you've been there, done that.
Niggas sleep in that shit. You see what I'm saying? So even now it's like just teaching people how to like really be superstars.
Yeah.
Like in the way to be a superstar is just like Superman. He didn't walk around with that shit on all day.
No, he couldn't. They wasn't gonna let him.
You know what I mean?
Same thing.
He had to go in the phone booth, and when he came out the phone booth, you'd be like, oh shit, here goes Superman. You know what I mean? So it's just, just teaching them how to be more stars, teaching them to be more careful, teaching them helping them through respect, teaching them through going through middle things. Like even the issue I seen that was happening last week where LL Cool J was going off
talking about the hip hop
DJ academics.
Yeah. Like even that kind of stuff. It was like I be looking at some of them sometimes because even now we're not teaching these young people to think before they speak.
No.
So a lot of times it's like, no, everybody got a platform, and it's like anybody can push a button and just say anything out their mouth.
Yeah,
famous. Like, we come from an era where watch them off.
You got to run it by somebody. Be like, hey, when I see so and so, I'm gonna say so and so, and somebody would say, no, I don't think you should do that. Today. That ain't gonna be the move today.
Yeah. So now we living in a place where, everybody just even back then like I pay attention to how let's just even take celebrity stuff out of it and all that. Just in the streets and real life stuff, it's like, back in the days, man. When you went certain places and you was around certain people, you knew when to keep your mouth closed.
Yeah.
And you knew like, oh no, this is, you know what I mean?
We ain't gonna have this conversation right here.
You knew when to suck that game up, and you knew how to have respect, and you knew, you know what I mean? It's just like it's everything to me.
Man, we in the era where nobody cares about nothing.
It's whatever.
As far as certain generations, it's a no fear. It's a no fear thing.
But you got to think about this. And my grandson, we had this conversation. I will be 60 years old in January, right?
What?
I will. I'll be 60.
Wow.
127.63. I'll be 60 years old.
You look good for 60.
Thank you very much.
Good job.
So when we would see death and dying when I was growing up in the 60s and 70s, out of a whole summer, one person may die. And it may have been a car accident or we didn't know they were sick. These young people see death and dying every day, all day. It's either a car accident.
Wait. I'm gonna correct you because I do this all the time, and I have to tell people this. Nothing is different from the way that it was to me, honestly, back then, except for now, because we had these devices. We have more knowledge.
But see, I'm still almost 20 years older than you.
No, but even still, I'm talking about even when I was younger, this stuff people was getting killed and getting robbed and all of that stuff. We just didn't have no awareness of it because we didn't have these devices. It wasn't the lens. Let's say that. It wasn't the lens that made it accessible to us. And it wasn't. It's 4 or 5 car accidents a week. You notice you in the tow business. Right. So you just showed up on the scene and it's a car and you can look at the car and if it's not by the grace of God, that person probably didn't make it.
But I get what he's saying because even with the accidents, I see it all the time. But if I'm not posting it on my social media, then you're not seeing it.
You're not seeing it.
You're not aware of it.
Right. So you don't know what's happening. So you're looking like me,
I grew my father's side of the family is from Linwood. That's why even when I do the song in my hood, you hear me talking about these different neighborhoods because I grew up in all of them. But my family was from Linwood, right? Okay. And I lived on Joy Road in Evergreen, right? Okay. So even my neighborhood, right? My neighborhood was very territorial. I could say like in my neighborhood, it was like even the gangsters, they kind of like more took care of things and made sure everybody's grass was cut. All the kids got stuff to go back to school. And even if you was an outsider, people would, hey dude, who you over here?
Yeah.
Niggas used to check niggas about walking down the street and nobody knew who you was. It was like,
who you over here to see?
Who you over here to, oh, my aunties.
But you had both sides. You had Joy Road and Evergreen. Then you had the Herman Gardens.
What I'm saying is even then, niggas was getting killed. Niggas was getting robbed. All of that stuff was going on. Now, when I went over to Linwood was on a whole nother level. And as a young kid, my first dead body that I saw when I was a kid, I probably was about 8 years old.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm just saying that these things, a lot of these things have been going on. We're just more aware of it now. But even now, I think that more of the killings are senseless.
Yeah.
Very senseless.
See, back in the days, the killing was going on, but you would be like, oh, yeah, that nigga stole.
He done stole his drugs. He done took his dope.
He ran up on somebody's porch and their grandmama was on the porch.
Somebody told.
Most people at that time, even me growing up, someone in that neighborhood knew why he got killed, or we knew it was gonna happen. We knew he was gonna get killed. Yeah. Versus now, you getting killed for something.
We would tell him, you need to sit your ass down. So no,
even now,
I'm going over to their house, sir. You really don't want to go to that house.
Yeah.
You don't want to go to that apartment building. You, okay.
Because listen, even like this, you got to look at things. You go, like back in the days, right? Snitching was like, no, your family would disown you for snitching. It ain't like that no more because it's not really as much consequences.
And that's why people do it so freely.
That's
why they do it so freely.
What is when we talk about snitching? Snitching to me, if me and us three go out and we do something, and then I get caught and I'm telling.
See, no.
That's snitching.
No. Snitching. See that, and I'm glad we even here on this part, right? Because I can't stand when I watch people who not people from. Just because you grew up in the hood don't mean you street.
Absolutely.
That's true.
You understand
Very
what I'm
true.
saying? And one thing people gotta understand: if a person is a civilian, they cannot be a snitch. If you don't live by the code, you can't die by the code.
And you can't be a civilian when it fits you.
Yeah.
You can't play the role when it fits you.
Yeah.
Because
wait a minute, hold on. I'm thinking y'all gotta like us and share us and all that because this has been a really, really great show.
Yeah.
Lavish and COCO and K Deezy.
Yeah.
So a civilian can't jump in the hood and be a part of the hood, then jump back out and be a civilian.
No.
I can't, COCO, if you at the grocery store, you walking out the grocery store and I bust you upside your head and I snatch your purse from you and you call the police on me, can't nobody say, COCO snitched on KD.
COCO was being a citizen and she was calling doing what she was supposed to do.
Yeah.
Now.
That's what.
Yeah.
You know, that's you just doing your job.
Snitching is when you playing this game. You playing this game, and you know that you're doing dirt. You know that you're involved in these things. It's just like, when a nigga getting some money, right? Everybody want to get the money with the nigga.
Yeah.
But when it come time to get in trouble, don't nobody want to get in trouble.
He was over there because he pulled up and then they threw a greasy Church's chicken bag in the car.
That's the part that's snitching because
that's snitching.
You should know what you signed up for.
If my next door neighbor boyfriend beating her ass to death next door to me, if I call the police and say, they having an issue next door, man, you need to help that girl. That ain't snitching.
Okay. I thank you for clarifying it because I don't think people have a total understanding.
But wait, if I'm next door and I'm beating the hell out of my girl all the time, and I pick up the phone and I call the police and say, hey, man, that nigga next door.
You ain't shit for that.
That's snitching. You see what I'm saying? Like, people, it's like they throw the snitching word around a little bit too much for me. And I'm like...
when we talk about the snitching, let's take this back. I think it was about a year ago. We had, I forgot who it was, but we had Royce the 5'9" that was talking about, he was defending Trick from a guy from the West Coast. I don't know if it's Spider Loke. I don't know. I don't want to say the name because I'm not sure if it was him. But they were talking about these children getting killed and these women out here and how we need to protect these babies, how we need to protect these women, and we need to speak up. Well, that hit the West Coast, and they were talking about it. So now they're trying to call Trick out by saying, what kind of guy from Detroit talking about calling the police and he's a snitch? Royce got on there to defend him, saying that in Detroit, we protect our women. We protect our babies.
Absolutely.
How can you call us a man when you have men out here beating these women and you have men out here killing these babies?
See, first of all, you got so many cats who, again, like I say, everybody got a platform now. Anybody can push the button and jump on and say anything. See, first of all, even myself, man, people that don't really know Trick, I be like, yo, you need not to ever even say nothing about Dog, right? Because one thing you got to understand about Dog, right? Even with Trick, for instance, right? Trick is a gangster, right? He from the streets, all of that, right? But the part that they don't know is how much he give back to the community.
Absolutely.
How much he is involved in helping young kids.
And he a businessman, and he a father. And
how many lives he has changed. Yes. How many people has he directed in the right path. People don't even know Trick background. Have you ever met Trick parents?
No, I ain't never met his parents.
Man, his parents, man, and God rest, his mom passed away not too long ago, recently or whatever, and I loved his mom so much, man. I love his dad too, but man, even if you meet Trick parents, you gonna understand him more because you gonna look at his parents. Man, his parents is like the greatest, bro. But my point I'm trying to say is, when you solid and you have remained solid throughout everything, he not to be questioned. You understand what I'm saying?
But people go after the giants and the people who either they want to be or somebody somebody has wanted.
But see, like even what you you said the dude, you said it was like the dude Spider Loke or somebody, one of them, right?
Yeah, one of
My
them.
whole thing is, what have you done, bro?
Right. So you got,
what have you done for you to be? It's just like what LL Cool J said to academics. Nigga, what have you done?
Right. So you
Spice
got
One. I see Spice One say, nigga, what have you contributed to this culture? What have you done? Who are you to even speak on Dog name?
So you got the guy out there, because his thing is, I don't care about none of that. I ain't snitching. I ain't telling.
That's because he's been misled all his
Versus,
life. He don't even know the difference in between snitching and, you know what I mean? It's just like, I be watching, I watch females who ain't never did nothing in their life be like, yeah, nigga, snitch, girl. I be looking like, what? What are you who are you? Like, people, man, we gotta stop this, bro. Like, stop it, man. Listen, if you not really from that, man, you shouldn't even speak on that kind of stuff. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, don't even speak on it. Like, you don't even know nothing about it. Keep being who you are. Let the street people deal with streets.
Right. Because even with the most gangsters people out there, like you say, when we were growing up, they protected their neighborhood.
Exactly.
But that was your responsibility.
That was they protected their neighborhood.
Responsibility, though. That was your responsibility when you got money. And whatever your responsibility was.
You can even see it now when you see these cats, right? These cats be out here, they be getting all this money now, right? They getting all this money, they balling, they doing all of this, right? And then they get caught, they go to jail, then they be like, ain't nobody do nothing for me while I was locked up.
Ain't nobody put nothing on my books.
Nobody ain't do nothing for me when I was... Man, what did you do for your community when you had all that money? Nothing.
But
who did you help? Who lives did you change? What did you build in your community when you was getting all of this money?
But you got these guys out here, the most fearless, ruthless guys in certain people's eyes that the hood, they waiting to get back home.
But
man, they waiting.
They be waiting microwave gangsters.
Them microwave gangsters.
No, not the microwave gangsters. I'm talking about how you have in certain people's eyes, they ruthless, they dangerous. But in our eyes, they are neighborhood heroes.
Yeah.
And we waiting on them to get back because we know exactly what that guy stood on. Yeah. We know what he meant. We knew what he did.
Yeah.
But people want a reason. The first thing people want a reason to do is not like you.
Oh yeah, they definitely want a reason not to like you.
I don't want to say everybody, but it's a part of something in people where if they say Lavish name, oh I know Lavish, I can't stand you. Or you say KD, oh I can't stand you. So it's something negative sitting on their lips to say anyway. They don't know about Lavish. They don't know about Deezy. They just know what somebody said, and they toxic and poison. So everything come out their mouth, everything they gonna do, fucked up.
Yeah, no, I get it because I see it, I hear. I got people that don't even know me. That don't like me.
And the thing that disturbs me are the amount of women that got so much to say and do, and they not learning anything from what's going on. We learned something. The guys we hung out with that had both feet in or 1 foot in, 1 foot out, they taught you something. The rule was if I'm dating her and dealing with her, I have to leave her better than I found her. I'm not going to date her and she's sleeping on the floor and I'm going over there every night smashing and she's still on the floor. I got to buy one bed if I don't do nothing for the household. So these women out here running their mouth, creating conflict, saying crazy stuff, getting people hurt real bad, and it's bad. Women used to kind of be chilled a little bit.
Oh no, they wild now.
Coco, listen, everything, and even me now, like I constantly find myself in a battle with, because even some of us as we get older, we start to gain that they don't think, you know what I mean? But one thing that I really look, because I'm always in the scratching beneath the surface and trying to get an understanding of things, right? And the one thing that I understand even now is I'm going, look how, even us as black folks, we were programmed this way.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, even now, okay, like even me when I was a kid, right? My next door neighbor, the lady across the street, the lady down the street, if they seen me doing something wrong, they could check me. Nowadays,
that ain't even about to happen. You better not talk to my kid like that. It's
even with us now. I had to pay attention to this a few years ago. I said, I watch how many people that's my age, right? How we are with our kids. We feel like if you ever pay attention to them, a lot of us, especially, and I'm talking about the people our age and stuff like that, right? We all feel like we got to give our kids all of this and this and this because we didn't have this.
Don't do it.
Oh, yeah. I ain't had this. So I used to pay attention even to people who used to say, if I do it for me, I ought to do it for my kid. And no, just you're grown, you work, you do certain, you know what I mean? Like,
no, I found myself doing that from time to time. I got to snap out of it because I got to teach that kid
to grow,
to do something.
Yeah,
to have discipline
and make mistakes. You got to allow them to grow and make mistakes and learn stuff and create real relationships.
So what you having now is like even our conversation we talking about now. You having so many people that we saying they should do this and they don't do this, but it's because it starts at home.
And what is a home now?
If you're not being taught, it's just like with these, like I say, with the young dudes who doing. You got to remember, a lot of them they haven't had. I literally had like some of the biggest OG, like people that you see in the magazines and they making movies about. Now these dudes really knew me as a kid, so I had people in my life who was always like I had OGs who, when I was talking too much, would be like, "Hey, shut the fuck up and listen." You see what I'm saying? You can't. Those type of things it's in me. It's not on me. You understand what I'm saying? So,
man, I tell people this all the time. I didn't have those type of homies.
mm-hmm.
The homies that I had, and it was kind of weird, but the best lessons, me personally, that I got out of my neighborhood was from the crackheads and the winos in my neighborhood. My grandparents, my grandmother, she couldn't stand me to be around them because she didn't know what we were doing. She just knew that they were always in the alley. They were always drinking, and she knew that they did drugs. However, the conversations that they would have with me was way different than the big homies in the neighborhood. So I kind of had a balance.
Yeah. Okay.
Because the big homies was telling me, man, this is what you got to do to be cool. This is what you got to do. And I was doing it because I'm like, man, this is what's happening. Oh, man, I'm that guy on this tip. However, the balance came because they would tell me, man, you don't want to be like me. You don't want to do this. You want to go to school. You don't want to drop out. I dropped out of high school, and they was constantly telling me that. I still remember a lot of the stuff. I can't even remember half of these guys' names. I remember some of their faces. A lot of them died, moved out of the neighborhood. However it is, I still see some of the people in the neighborhood. And when I see them, it's like, oh yeah, I remember you. Some of them don't even remember a lot of stuff that they told me. When I bring it up, it's like, man, you was listening. That was my balance. My balance was listening to the people who was living in their mama's basements, in their sister's basements. That was real horrible.
See, like even for me, like again, like I said, with my father dying when I was 9 years old, like even me, so all my life, even when I was younger, right? When I was young, I was hanging around people who was 35, 32. You know what I mean?
Yeah, me too, because I thought that was the cool shit.
But they trusted you.
No. And that's what I'm saying about to what you're saying is, those people they opened and showed me things, but they also were the people who taught me, etiquette and how to carry myself in the streets and know when to shut my mouth and be quiet. And when you around certain people, you know what I mean? Like even now, I just pay attention to certain things. Like I put up in the gas station the other day and I saw two boys, 16 years old, they sitting in the car and their mama outside the car pumping the gas. You know what I did? I pulled over. I walked up to the car. I said, hey, what y'all doing, man? They was like, oh, KD. I said, dog, what is y'all doing, man? Why is y'all mama standing out here pumping this gas and y'all sitting y'all ass in the car?
Right, but check it. Deezy could do that. But the average neighborhood guy.
No, I think the average neighborhood.
Not with these new kids.
No, I think the average neighborhood guy could do it. It's
all about your approach.
It's about your approach.
It's about your approach.
I really think
because you got these kids with these drugs, man.
I know, but I think
they all screwed up. You go tell them something.
But you know what, Lavish? I really
think
it's about the approach. Because I think if he wasn't KD's and walked up like, hey man, what y'all doing? Y'all got your mama out here. Y'all mama kind of nice. Look, y'all got out here pumping gas. Blah blah blah. I think it's in the approach.
I see these guys that don't even respect their mama. Yeah. So when I say they don't respect their mama, I don't watch them.
You see,
talk reckless in front of their parents.
You know what? Sometimes when I drive downtown, right, I see couples and I see them walking, right, and I see the girl walking on the
curbside. On the curbside.
All the time I be like,
you know what happens?
They body language.
You know what I realize?
What's that?
I say, I get upset when I see it, right?
They don't know no better.
But then I tell myself, I be like, he don't know.
He don't know no better.
He ain't never had no man that told him
The proper way.
Hey son, you walk this way. You know what I mean? Hey son, when you go to the
And some women don't know that.
When you at the gas station with a woman, ain't no woman got no business. Man, even when I see women now and they ain't got nobody in the car with them, and I'm at the gas station, right? You know what I do? I go, hey baby, let me pump this for you. Go ahead and get in the car. But that again, that's how I was raised.
But it says something for who you are, and it also says something that women don't know, like going down steps. Most men, if you ask them, just ask them, when you going down the stairs, the man is supposed to be in front of the woman. Yeah. When you go up the stairs, the man is supposed to be behind the woman.
Exactly.
I guarantee you, just ask.
They don't know that.
They don't know. I
do that.
I do that same stuff.
They don't know that stuff.
I have, and it's crazy because a lot of these older women, they don't even know that.
Mm-hmm.
They forgot.
No, listen. Some of these older women, when I say older women, I'm talking about a few years older than me.
Okay.
They've been brought up in the street so long. They done messed with the street dude where they wasn't educated. Mm-hmm. They didn't have this knowledge because they didn't treat them a certain way. Mm-hmm. They gave them that cash. They gave them that bag. Get up out my face. I'll call you later.
Yeah, but Lavish, you always going to have your twos and fews of everything. It ain't nothing that everybody is.
No, not everybody, because there's some chicks that ain't going for it.
That's just like, I know for a fact, I'll give you a perfect example. Like, I know for a fact that my two sons, I know that as they get older, they're going to seem a lot different, or even if I use the word weird, to the generation that they growing up in. You know, it's just like even now, like my daughters, right? I got honest truth. My daughters, if they with a man, my daughters are going to walk to the door, right?
And
stand there. My daughters, if anybody watching this, if your son want to date my daughters, I'm telling you now what's gonna be a red flag. If my daughters be with their brothers, and they know already. My daughter will walk and stand right in front of the door and my daughter 10 years old. She will walk and stand right there at the door until one of y'all
come get the door.
Open this door.
Listen, I open doors for ladies, and I have seniors. In today's world, I have senior citizens. They don't know to be thankful or to be hesitant and scared.
I see it all the
time. And when I open the door, because that's how I was taught, I open the door, and they look, okay, thanks. And I'm like, hey, how you doing? You know, have a great day.
They looking at you like you're
crazy. Correct. Yeah. That's what they doing. Yeah. They relax, but they surprised. Yeah. Where I've done the same for these young females. They looking like,
I'm gonna need you to stop calling them females.
What you want me to call them, hoes?
No.
I didn't open the door for these younger females, these younger women, and they looking like, why you open the door for me? Some of them walking in like...
But you can't worry about that.
No, I don't. Yeah, I'm just saying that
you gotta do you.
The era of women, the different type of women. Yeah. You open the door, it's expected. They walk in. How you doing? I'm on the phone. It don't bother me. I laugh in my head because I'm like, look at that. Yeah. And people around, they look at that. I see dudes come in, the store, gas station, whatever, they'll hold the door before a lady.
Man, listen, it's a lot
and they so rude.
It's a lot of these dudes right now, I'm telling y'all, who they don't know, but I'm that dude who I seen y'all grandmas at the grocery store and I put them bags in your grandma's car. I'm the dude that seen your mama in the cold at the gas station and I hopped out and pumped your mama gas for you. I'm the dude that then held that door open for a lot of y'all mamas and aunties and grandmas. I went to the casino last night to watch the game and place a bet, right?
Did you win?
I lost. And I was walking, right? And as I'm walking, I'm ahead of these ladies, but it's like 10 ladies behind me coming, right? So I stood there, I opened the door. I watched each and every last one of them ladies look at me and go, wow. Yeah. And I'm going,
I'm used to it, but other people not used to it. They not used to it.
But it becomes normal, and we make women make so many considerations because it's not even expected. So if I'm walking to a door and it's a man with me or not with me, he walking to the door at the same time with me. If I pause and he don't reach for the door, I'm going to go in the door because
Address it.
Huh?
Address it.
It depends on the setting. Sometimes
address it.
Sometimes you can't address it because
You just said to him, it's your approach.
I know, but it's the approach.
You look at that man and you say, you ain't
But
gonna
you
get
got,
the,
but you got.
sometimes-
It's
but
a
some
difference
guys
with
you
that
can't.
with that women because you got women now. They're so fearful of guys that they feel like, listen, I gotta give this guy my number. Why? This girl at the club didn't give this guy her number, and he tried to call her, and then he ended up punching her in the eye.
Listen. For
Some
real.
weird stuff
So
like that.
Listen, we can make that a whole nother show, but some of these men in club settings and meeting women are so aggressive. Put your number in my phone. I'd be like, hey, listen, if you gonna call me, you ain't gonna call this phone.
The new thing I see a lot too is I see a lot of women who not married walking around wearing a ring on their ring.
And that don't mean nothing.
And
That
like,
just make him want to rob you. Listen, when me and my girlfriends go out, and my girlfriends range in age from maybe 30 to my age and older. But when we go out, it's guys that watch you, right? Me and my girlfriends hanging out. We done went out, nice little restaurant. But we wasn't going out to meet nobody. We going out to eat, have dinner, boom, 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 boom. So we leave. I see the guy, oh, he kind of cute. I see the guy about 2 weeks later, same cat. You know what he told me? He said, Coco, I saw you and your girl out at the restaurant in Royal Oak. Y'all was riding in that red caddy truck. Why are you watching me so hard that you know what I'm riding in? So that was scary to me, that you paying that kind of attention.
I don't know, Coco. I'm a tow truck driver. I pay attention to all the cars.
But that's because you're a what?
I'm a tow truck driver.
Okay, you ain't trying to get to know nobody. You can't say, yeah, I saw you getting a red caddy truck, Coco, y'all, let me take you out. No, because now you made me scary and feel kind of creepy.
But he could have been standing outside.
Yeah, we
in an interesting time.
Yeah, we just in an
Yeah,
interesting
we in a
time
very
right now,
interesting.
you know. And again, like I say, everybody, you know, just like we can't deny the fact that we know it's some punk ass niggas out here. We
Definitely.
know it's some bitch ass niggas out here. We know it's some niggas that just don't. I just seen a video this morning of this one in Detroit. I was in another city where a guy, I guess he tried to holler at a girl or something, and she told him no, and he beat the fuck out of her. But see, this is the thing too. Like, I also feel like, and even in certain cities, like how to go back to the situation about the like how he was saying whatever about Trick. Another thing too is that street niggas got to remember something as well too. Street niggas is supposed to police the streets.
You're supposed to protect your neighborhood. You're supposed to protect your community.
Street niggas are responsible for protecting the streets. Meaning this: if it's a
women and kids out there,
if it's a nigga in my neighborhood right now that's running around raping women in my neighborhood, right?
It ain't your job to stay quiet. It's your job to speak up.
Yeah. And it's also my job to grab all the rest of these niggas who screaming Joy Road and this and that, and we supposed to get together and we supposed to say, let's do what we need to do to police our neighborhood. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? See, that's the thing. Everybody want to halfway do shit. You know, I'm a street nigga. Okay, well, what do you do in your hood? See, like me, I go to my neighborhood. I've cleaned my neighborhood up. I walked them streets. I went and knocked on them doors. I went and handled issues. I've had the police chief call me and say, Deezy, look, how this gonna happen. Hey, Deezy, you can either go over there and handle that shit and talk to them niggas you know.
I had that conversation too.
Or I'm gonna go over there. I've had the mayor call me and say, hey, them boys in your neighborhood, they wild and we getting ready to go through there. And I say, whoa, wait, let me talk. That's what I'm saying. So it's like you know, it's more to it than you just saying, oh yeah, I'm from 7 Mile or I'm from
But
6.
ain't it easy for people who don't have an identity to attach themselves to something that's relevant? Of course it is.
Yeah, no,
I'm
they
from
do that.
7 Mile,
They do
I'm
that.
from Puget.
Listen, you
I'm
ain't even
from
got to be
Hyde
a
Park.
listen. You ain't got to. You know how many? First of all, we from Detroit, right? Meaning that Detroit people don't really even care nothing about no celebrities. Period.
We are the celebrities.
So even like right now, it's a nigga that's on 7 Mile that ain't never said a rap, ain't never did a movie.
That's famous
but
as
I
hell.
could call that nigga and say, hey, bro, you better get them niggas in your neighborhood under control.
And he like, I got you, baby. I'm on it.
You happy.
We are famous to everybody else other than our own. That's real life.
Detroit
Coco,
people
you my girl and everything, but listen, I'll be like, oh, okay, yeah. So I thank you. Can I do this? You want me to do this right here? This the wrap up part?
Man, you go ahead and do the wrap up part, Coco. Make sure y'all follow and like, subscribe. Lavish T. Williams.
Listen, please wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
Cause listen, we listen. I ain't gonna even tell y'all what we talking about next week, but y'all. Anyway, Lavish and Coco every Tuesday, 12 noon. We promise to bring you the best podcast. Now it's gonna be some that might look like us. I doubt it. Some that may sound a little bit like us. I doubt it. But they not gonna be us. We talking about everything that affects us. We gonna even have a show coming up real soon on coochie conduct.
Oh yeah.
Right?
I can't wait.
Cause y'all disrespecting y'all vagina, ladies. Y'all disrespecting y'all area.
Did I come back?
Yes. Y'all putting any and everything in it and on it and all of that stuff. And then you wondering why you K Deezy, listen. K Deezy, the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Red flags on Tubi.
On Tubi. Real quick, Deezy. Give the people about 3 red flags that they should pay attention to, because it's cuffing season and everybody wants somebody with a spoon. They want to spoon somebody. They want a big spoon, a little spoon, a teaspoon, a mixing spoon. Give them real quick 3 red flags that they need to pay attention to going into cuffing season.
All right, number 1. If you're dating somebody, if y'all are having sex, you should know that person's full name. You should know that person's birthday, and you should know. What? Why are y'all doing this?
Hey, I'm just laughing. Y'all gotta see the movie.
Keep going. Keep going.
Listen,
yes.
so I said you need to know, if you're dating someone and you're having sex with that person, you need to know their full name. You need to know their birthday, and you need to at least know something about them. You know, where do they work? What's their favorite color? Who is their best friend? Where do they, you know what I mean? If you're laying up with someone and you don't know that person's first and last name, you have a problem. Ooh. If you're laying up with someone and you don't know that person's birthday, you have a problem. Okay? The next one, I got one more.
You got one more. Come on.
I got one more I want to say. I think that a lot of us now, we are moving in with each other way too fast. If you meet a guy and you look up and that guy is staying at your house every night and y'all just met 2 weeks ago, you have met you a homeless nigga, ladies. That nigga homeless than a motherfucker.
Oh, man.
Listen. Ladies, I'm telling y'all right now, if that nigga don't get up in the morning and don't want to leave, don't want to go, no, he ain't got nothing. I'm telling you, we don't want to hear that shit. We don't want to hear that shit later on. You knew that nigga was homeless. You understand me? If a nigga don't got to go home and motherfucking make sure the lights is on. That nigga
and the dog fed.
Hey, he looking for that winter home. It's getting cold outside. It's getting cold outside. These niggas is getting prepared to come. These niggas getting prepared to come hibernate. These niggas is getting ready to come hibernate. And I'm telling y'all, ladies, don't be fooled by this jewelry. Don't be fooled by the Amiri jeans. Cause these niggas will motherfucking buy a chain for they buy a house. These niggas will buy a pair of jeans for they pay their rent.
Oh, man. Them the red flags right there.
Those are red flags, ladies. And if you don't see them, it's your damn fault.
Listen, you heard it here.
We heard it. We got a couple comments, man. I want to just shout out, the people that's been chiming in. We got Ariel, what's happening? Niecy Johnson, Steven. We got Dion. We got Josh. She said that she's proud of you. Keep up the good work.
I love you, John.
Yes.
John, grandma now, too.
Yeah, she a grandma.
Wow.
Grandma job.
Yeah, we got V on here. Respect knowledge. Imagine what she say? Image many
Now
levels.
you know I ain't got my glasses
Yeah,
on.
you
so
ain't got them, so
asking me-
on read them. We
What?
got Desi Edwards. You say I can't wait for Red Flags Part 2.
Oh man.
Yeah.
What up, Desi?
They want part 2 already.
They
The
want
movie-
part 2.
ready.
The
The
movie
been
just
out for 3 days.
Listen, they ready.
they own it. We got Desi. Oh, that was Desi Edwards that said he can't wait for Red Flags. We got my homegirl D'Amica 100. We got Scott that's chimed in. We got Mike Lowry on here. We got my boy GQ
Our
from
girl Sonya
Louisiana.
Baker. GQ from Louisiana. What
Yeah,
up, that
he
boy?
chimed in. Christina Brown.
Hey, tell everybody from Louisiana, go to Tubi, watch that. Oh, wait. I
Yes,
gotta
go
say
ahead.
this.
Go
Wait,
ahead.
I
Yes.
gotta say this.
Please.
Yo, I don't understand what's wrong with my people, right?
Okay, what's up?
What is the problem with Tubi? Now,
What's
I
wrong
done-
with it?
I done spent all this time, money, hard work, sweat, everything working on this. And I'm just be hearing certain things and I'm going, wait a minute. Y'all get to watch it for free.
For free.
You get to watch it for free, y'all.
FREE.
It don't cost you nothing to support. I ain't on here telling y'all give me
Not a
$20.
dollar.
I ain't told you to give me $6.99. All I told you to do was turn the movie on. You ain't even
Turn
gotta,
it on.
You ain't even gotta watch the movie.
Just turn it on.
turn it on before you leave the house.
Just let it
And,
play.
and walk out the house.
Listen, you can watch it on everything. You can watch it on your tablet. You can watch it on your cell phone. You can watch it on everything.
Download the app.
It's free.
Go
Free.
watch the movie. It is a great movie. No, I'm not saying it because I'm in it, but
And check out the ending. You're going to love it.
oh man.
Hey, oh yeah, and stop posting the end of the movie on Instagram.
Oh, somebody posted the end?
Man, I've been telling people every day, stop posting the end of the movie.
Yeah, y'all got to see the end. Because I want to talk about the end when we go off the air. Y'all got to see the end of the movie.
Got to see the end of the movie.
Don't ruin it for everybody who haven't watched the movie, please.
Is
Just,
it-
you can post anything, just don't post the end of
Don't
the movie.
Don't
please
post it.
Don't listen. Watch it and enjoy it. And in a couple months, post it and make your comments or whatever.
Yes.
And
Listen.
check out COCO in the movie.
Yes.
Check
She
her out.
killed it.
Check
Yes.
out my co-host
She
in the
killed
movie.
it.
Yeah.
She killed it.
Oh, that's
She
so
killed
nice. That's so. What up, dog? Wow.
Y'all make sure y'all check COCO out.
I love y'all.
Yeah. Shoot.
So listen.
Let that woman talk to you, your man like that, your husband like
What
that.
you talking about? See, he just said don't post the movie.
He
and
said the end.
Listen, y'all, we appreciate y'all. Next Tuesday at 12 noon, we going to be right back at you. And listen, coming up soon, we going to do the Coochie Chronicles because ladies, it's a damn shame what y'all doing to y'all lady areas. It's a shame the disrespect that y'all doing it. And I'm
So it's gonna be like we're gonna have a tutorial.
Yeah, we gonna have a
Listen,
conversation.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. That PPP messed up a lot of P.
Oh, did it? And guess what else, ladies? If you sleeping with a cat, and this is my red flag, if you sleeping with a guy, don't let him go off in the corner and duck off and put the condom on. Let him stand right in your face and put that condom on, because it's a lot of cats that fake out and like they putting the condom on.
Yeah.
And you be wondering why you be itching like you got a bowl perm in your head. That's all I'm gonna say. Have a beautiful day.
No, I want her to put the condom on. I don't even want to put it on. You put it
Who
on for
almost
me.
said something. Hey, y'all have a good day. God bless your heart. Right, Lavish
We
T,
outta
COCO with my
here.
man Deezy. Ah.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, y'all